This video is focused on other tabs in the viewer widget. And what I mean by other tabs is tabs that don't have their own video. So we've got a number of dedicated videos to the more rich tabs, and these are sort of what is left over. And specifically what we're talking about here is graphics, media, text, and HTML. So let's go in and look at those. We're already in a case, pulling up our grid here, and pull up our viewer. And we can see, okay, there's nothing really to be shown on this first file, which is just a live system folder. But let's talk about these tabs. If there is a file that can render directly into a browser, it will show in the graphics tab. Now, that does not mean all graphics. Certain graphics, like TIFFs, don't render directly into the graphics tab. For those, we use the PDF viewer. But something like a JPEG, a PNG, anything like that will go directly into the graphics tab. And the reason we have that is because if we can render it natively in a browser, then it's just much easier to do so. That doesn't prevent us from bringing it into the PDF viewer and allowing you to redact and things like that, but there are times when a graphic won't convert well to a PDF, or you'll run into troubles or any number of different things, or perhaps you just want speed. And for that reason, we have the graphics tab. It will quickly pull the image in. The media tab is sort of a similar mindset in that we have an option during processing to convert media files into a web viewable format. If you select that, then we can just directly stream those media files into the tab. And again, no additional sort of viewer work is needed. And so that's a much more efficient way to get the media to you. And you can play them just like you could any media you can stream. Text is just the extracted text from a document. An HTML is the cool HTML that we generate, or if it's in fact an HTML document, again, viewed directly in the browser. So let's pull up a few files that will show off these. First, I want to pull up a media file. Interesting. Okay, we've got it blocked by admin. Why is that? Because in one of my previous demos, we went ahead and set the viewable files to nothing for media. So basically, we can't view anything with the media viewer. So let me rectify this. Okay, we're here in media, and we want to be able to play. I think it's an NPG. Right, so we want to be able to play our MPEG in the media viewer. Let's just double check and make sure that is the correct file type we want. MPEG for video, perfect. And that, double checking again, make sure, yes, MPEG for video. Okay, we can now view it in the browser, in the viewer, excuse me. So let's go back, let's click off of it, and then let's click back. Well, actually, while we're clicking off, we clicked onto a text document. Let me just quickly show you extracted text, just the gobbledygook of the words in the document. Really simple to understand, I think. Let's go back to this video. And again, it's going to recognize it's a video and pull it up directly.
Dear Ryan, what came first, the chicken or the egg?
Hey guys, so I don't know why.
Now, one of the cool things is if we had processed this with thumbnails, the thumbnails would show up here, and we could use the thumbnails to navigate the video, which can be fairly powerful, depending on what options we selected for creating the thumbnails. Every 5 seconds, every 20 seconds, every 5%. There are a whole bunch of different options you can choose. will dictate how many of these thumbnails you get that you can navigate through. But that's the viewer one. Let me show you. I'm going to log out of this case and I'm going to log into the iPhone case because I'd like to show you how the HTML tab works. And I know there are some databases in the iPhone case that will be instructive there. So let me close this and go to File, File Category, Databases. All right, now let's go to HTML. What this does is it views, again, HTML if there is in fact HTML, but also there are many files for which we generate HTML. In this case, we generated it for the database, and we did it for the first table, if you will, the part of the database showing the tables in the database. And if we go back to our database viewer, we can see these fundamentally match these. Now, of course, to be clear, if you're going to be viewing a database, you should do it in the database viewer. But there are all sorts of files for which we generate the cool HTML, and this is what that looks like. Graphics, I'm not even going to bother clicking on. It just shows up like it. Well, you know what? Shoot, let's go ahead and do it anyway. Let's find some pictures. Oh, this is no good. Oh yeah, there we go. And let's click on a picture, and oh, that's the PDF version, and this is the one that renders directly into a browser. And interestingly enough, this one rendered relatively good into PDF, but you can tell if I could open them side by side that this one was much quicker than the PDF, because there's a conversion that needs to go on in order for it to render it here, but no such conversion for here. So those are the other tabs in our viewer, and hopefully that was clear and useful. Thank you very much.